LinkedIn. How is it going? It's been a while since I posted a video, and obviously these are unprecedented times. A lot of fear, a lot of anxiety, just a lot of things going on that, a lot of us have never dealt with, right? Or at least on this scale. And I know, like, for me personally, I'm thankful I started a new job a couple months ago, so that adds a little extra stress, right? You start a new job, you're thinking, oh my gosh, I'm low person on the totem pole, I'm new. At the end of the day, I'm very thankful to be able to work at home through this, along with a lot of people at Avocado where I work, which is really cool. We actually had a meeting today where we had agents from all over the US, all in this really cool video conferencing Zoom system, which I'm sure a lot of you guys use. And we were even just taking the time to kind of step back and just be thankful that we can all be working remotely kind of around the country. And one thing that's kind of hit me hard as I've been thinking about it is that this last week I found myself at night really zoning out, watching the news, just put it on Netflix, like whatever it was, to kind of just like blur out the day, because the day can get very stressful, right? And so by the time you deal with, kids at home for the first time, right, when they're home at school or juggling work or whatever it is, in all these situations, you get home and you're just like, oh, I'm exhausted. I just want to kind of shut it off or zone out. But at the end of the day, we are going to get through this, right? We know that. As a society, we know we're going to bind together and like figure this out. It's going to be hard. It's going to be difficult. But at the end of the day, this thing is curving down, whether it's our economy or challenges or whatever, but it's going to come back up. And the challenge I have for you is, who do you want to be on the other side of this 2 months or 3 months or 6 months or however long it is? Because we have additional time at home, right? Where we normally didn't have, right? Whether it's like for me, I have a basketball league, we have different dinners, I have work stuff, like there's always things during the week that typically take up time. Those are gone, right? So now you have time to spend with your family, but you also have additional time to invest in yourself. And so for me, I hadn't been writing in my blog, the Little Black Blog Representing, at all for the last 6 months. Obviously started a new job, a lot of things going on. So I sat down the last 2 nights and said, I'm going to dedicate to getting back into doing something on my blog, right? And so since I speak on presenting, one of the things I wanted to challenge you on is, if you are someone out there who wants to become a better presenter, right? Whether it's public speaking, doing speeches, presenting in board meetings, whatever it is, if you want to improve, the number one easiest way to do that, hands down, bar none, is to actually film yourself like I'm doing now. Because A, there's no stress involved. B, you are your own worst critic, right? No one's going to be able to give you enough feedback or little minutiae you need to work on better than you will yourself. As soon as you start recording yourself and you start watching it, A, you'll realize you hate the sound of your voice, right? It's the worst in the world, which we all understand. But B, you'll pick up on, what are the words I'm saying? Am I saying too much? Am I saying other words? Am I not using my hands appropriately? Is my volume off? All the different things that someone who's like helping you present would normally tell you, you can actually pick up yourself on video. So anyways, check out the blog. It's just kind of talking through some of those points. And at the end of the day, I challenge you, right? Like, what version of yourself do you want to be when we come out of this situation? Because we know this is going to be difficult. We know it's going to be tough. But we also know that we're going to have time like this at night that we didn't have before. So why don't we utilize the time? If you want to get better at presenting, 10 minutes, maybe a couple nights a week, film yourself. Give yourself a speech. Do something fun for work. Make a video and then watch it over and over and over, and then film it again. No one's watching you. And last thing, if you are doing videos, right, the next thing is like, well, how do you produce a video? Every single thing I ever learned about Adobe Premiere Pro and editing video, I learned on YouTube. I never talked to one person in my entire life, so there are no excuses. You can look up anything you want to learn about editing, anything you want to learn about putting videos together. It's all there for the taking. Let's utilize this time. Let's make connections, whether they're online, on a phone, with a friend. Let's not let that die out. Let's not isolate, but at the same time, let's come out of this a stronger person, so we're ready to tackle the new challenges that happen on the other side.